me again, Joe, and welcome back to another video. And for today, I'm going to do a mixed reviews of the first two books of the Ancestor Trilogy by Mark Lawrence. Naming the first one, Red Sister, the second book of the trilogy, Gray Sister, and the third book, which is Holy Sister. And I still don't have the copy or a physical copy of the third book, Holy Sister. And that is one of my goals before 2019 ends, is to own a physical copy of Holy Sister. So yeah, let's just focus on today's video, and I'll just do some spoiler-free review on the first two books and just setting expectations. I'll be talking more of the Red Sister again because there's no sense of me reviewing Gray Sister more since this is the second book of the trilogy, and also just to lessen or really avoid spoilers, especially for those who are watching this video who have not read the first book or even still planning to read the series in the future. And also, one of the main reasons why I'm making this video is that I really want to convince you guys to read the series because it is really good. So without further ado, this is my thoughts to the first two books of the Ancestor Trilogy by Mark Lawrence. First, this is categorized as an adult under the genre of fantasy with a little bit of science fiction, but mostly this is fantasy. My first thought about the series after reading the second book is that this is a very underrated series. Before we proceed, I just need, by the way, to present to you the synopsis. Basically, we'll focus more on the Red Sister since this is the first book. So, Red Sister, we are following our main character, which is Nona Gray, who is a slave and was captured by a group of people in this world set by these books, in which she was trained to battle for arena for pleasures of the elites or the rich families. And in this world also, there are individuals who do have powers, and these individuals who do have powers are categorized under four categories. The first one, those who are very, very fast, and mostly they are being trained as assassins, are Hanska. They have very good accuracy when it comes to using bows and combat skills. Also, we have Gerant or Gerant. I'm not really sure which of the two is correct. I think it's Gerant. These individuals do have power in which they have superb strength. So mostly these individuals looks really big, and they're having massive muscles, and they're very bulky. Even for girls, they look like giants. And the third one are Marjal. Marjal are those that can really do less magic, so they can control threads that are used to control emotions or see future or read people's mind. And lastly, we have the category that are, Quantal, in which Quantal is a rare category of power, in which those Quantals were able to manipulate light and dark. And for example, light, they can transform a light into a weapon. They can make a sword out of shadows, which is a dark. And they are probably one of the most powerful individuals set in this world. So in this world, there is this so-called the Chosen One, because the Chosen One is the only individual after a few thousands of years who will be able to get the powers of all four categories. It is kind of common for an individual to have a mixed blood. For example, they can be a Hanska at the same time a Gerant, so it can be very fast at the same time very powerful. And but it's really rare for the world to have a 3 mixed blood category individual, and even it's been thousands of years since they were able to meet the Chosen One, which is they thought, or it was the person or individual who could really save their world and get to control or have or possess the power of all four categories. That's the reason why the main motivations in this book is just looking for the Chosen One. so that the chosen one can really save the world. If you're going to ask me why are they going to save the world, because the setting or the place set or given by this book is that it is not the earth as what we know. It is set in a planet way far in the future, in where humans are abandoned earth already because it was destroyed, so they tried to look for a new planet, a new place to live, and they found this planet set in this world in which it's mostly covered by ice. And in order for them to really live, they just have to melt some portions of the planet or some locations in planets for them to plant trees, build infrastructures, and not, don't die from freezing. So they just use some technology, ship heart, to reflect suns or light from the nearest stars and to melt a several portion of that said planet. And it's been thousands of years since they've been living this way, and that's why the chosen one is set to save humanity, is because it is only the chosen one, the one that can have or can possess all four categories of power, that can control the ship heart. So at the same time, these books are very highly political, because kings and queens of different kingdoms are really doing their best to really identify the chosen one, so that when they discover the chosen one, they'll be able to influence the chosen one to control this so-called satellite that, control the location of what location or what place on this planet can they melt ice. So if they can control this said artificial satellite, they can destroy other kingdoms, they can make their own kingdom or their own territory very big. Whoever controls the satellite controls the world, and the only one that can control the satellite is the chosen one. That's why the main motivations in this story is looking for or discovering the chosen one. So going back on the Red Sister, we have Nona Gray. She is our main character, and she does not have a father. Her father died, her mother died. This is not spoilers. You're going to read this in the first 10 pages probably. In part, it's also part of the synopsis, what I've been talking about a while ago. She was captured again, and she was saved by a nun, and she was sent to this monastery in where it's a school of girls, and they are being taught how to survive. And basically, we later discovered that all of the girls here in the monastery do possess powers, whether they are able to have two categories of power or just one category of power. And our Nona, our main character, is a Hanskab. She's very fast, and she's really good in combat, since she was already trained to fight in the arena for the pleasure of the elites before the nuns discovered her. So if you are looking for a book, a fantasy book with a lot of magic, this one will be able to give it to you with a lot of actions. Damn, this book will definitely give you thrilling actions non-stop, especially towards the last pages of both of these books. A lot of combats, a lot of mind-blowing actions and magic manipulations. And this is also highly politically intrigued series, and also set of characters. This is feminism at its finest, because most of the characters here are girls. Yeah, 95% are girls. So because there are nuns, right? In order for you to be a nun, you need to be a girl. Duh. So yeah, most of the characters are girls, and girls, imagine a nun that kills, imagine a nun assassin, imagine a nun that can manipulate, control magic, imagine a nun that can concoct poison or make potions to counter poisons. This book is really amazing. This book is really amazing. I gave this 4.5 stars, or eventually rounded it to 5 stars, because I do feel it lacks something, and I do understand, because this is still the first book. Red Sister is still the first book of the series, so most part of these books were spent building the characters, developing the characters, building the world, and trying to establish the story, and you're trying to set the pace of the entire trilogy. it ended with a cliffhanger. When this one started, it immediately picked where the Red Sister ended, and this one from start to finish was mind-blowing. This is an automatic 5-star, and for sure a all-time favorite of mine. I just really want to talk about more about Grey Sister, but again, I don't want to spoil you guys. All I just have to say for now is that I'm really excited to purchase or grab grab a copy of the physical copy of the third book, which is the Holy Sister. And please do read this one if you're looking for magic with badass characters, nuns with magic, nuns who are assassins, characters relationship with each other, friendship, revenge, anger, and hope, probably, yes, and entertainment when it comes to actions and magic usage and magic system. This series, the Ancestor Trilogy, is definitely for you. Mark Lawrence in this trilogy is really underrated. I'm really wondering why there's few only people in the booktube community and also in the book community talking about this one. Please guys, I'm not begging you, I'm almost begging you. If you do love, I do hate to compare, but I just really want to convince you guys why you need to read the series. This, if you do love Mistborn, imagine Mistborn simplified, but it doesn't mean it's bad if you're going to simplify Mistborn. Mistborn was by Brandon Sanderson. The first era of the Mistborn trilogy was really good. It's also my one. I'm also a fan of that first era trilogy. Imagine that trilogy simplified and with a faster pace, smaller scope, and better set of characters, I think. Yeah, and younger characters, because I guess the series or trilogy is a borderline of young adult and adult, so it will be considered as a new adult, but it will never be considered as a young adult because of the how bloody it is and distracting most parts of the series are. So yeah, guys, so if you're planning to read this one and you're still not sure if you're going to dive into the series, I am telling you, please read this, give this one a chance. This one is good, better than good, probably above average, but this one, holy moly, this is the book to die for. Way better than Red Sister. This is really great, but this is better, and I just wish Holy Sister will not disappoint me. I will be reading Holy Sister. I want to read Holy Sister before 2019 ends, and I think that will be the Holy Sister, the conclusion of the trilogy, will be a great gift to myself for this upcoming Christmas. And yeah, I just can't wait to read Holy Sister. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I was able to convince you to read the Ancestor Trilogy by Mark Lawrence. Badass Nuns, Epic Magic. Read this one.